is a funny thing. Whenever I give it, it comes back to me. And it's wonderful to be giving with my whole heart as my heart receives your love. Oh, ain't it nice tonight we've got each other. And I am right beside you, more than just a partner or a lover. I'm your friend. When you love someone, your heart beats so loud. When you love someone, your feet can't feel the ground. Ooh, shining stars all seem to congregate around your face. When you love someone, it goes back to you. And love is a funny thing. It's making my blood flow with energy.
If everyone could please rise. All be seated. We're going to start off today with Matt Apuzzo, who is going to have a reading for us all.
Childhood sweethearts share an innocence that, if they marry, lasts them all their lives. An early sacrifice that makes no sense, save that something beautiful survives. There is the sense that angels would do this, a ripeness like a rock before the sea, a hunger for a symbiotic kiss, for love as pure as it was meant to be. And so it is for those who make that choice, who dare to love so faithfully and long, that each becomes to each a second voice, transforming merest moments into song. How beautiful first love, yet better still, a love for life sustained by wish and will.
Thank you, Matt. So Garrett and I, and Kimberly and I, go way back. Garrett and I longer than most. We grew up a house apart from each other. We got to endure middle school carpool together, which is a very trying time in any child's life. And then we really solidified our friendship when we endured the most uncomfortable situations as dates to freshman year homecoming. But we survived and we're here today. He still asked me to be the officiant for their wedding. And then Kimberly and I met back in 7th grade when she moved to Kansas City with her family. And I instantly wanted to be friends with her for 2 reasons pretty much. One, she was from Boston and my mom's side of the family was from Boston. So I thought that was kind of a cool connection. 2, and the more important part, she used phrases like wicked cool and sick nasty because she was from the Northeast. And I instantly was like, yep, this girl is going to be friends with me for life. She didn't know it. She didn't know she was going to be stuck, but she is. And we bonded throughout the years in computer classes in middle school and then on an incredibly athletic basketball team in 8th grade that went 0-8. And so we just have been through thick and thin. And here we are today getting to say I do to your best friend. So I asked them when I was getting ready for the ceremony to each tell me your side of the story of how you met and your relationship. And the best part of it was that both of them, the first thing they said to me was, The other one is gonna tell you a very different side of the story. So we're gonna start things off with Garrett's side, which Kimberly deems the romanticized version, which I'm gonna have to agree with, and I think you all will too. So according to Garrett, they met in 7th grade when she moved here in communication arts class, and to him it was crush at first sight. He was like, I wanna know this girl. I'm guessing he heard her say wicked cool too. And then it wasn't until 8th grade that he said that they considered each other friends. So for a whole year he worked, and then he got that coveted title of friend. And then flash forward to sophomore year, and he thought maybe, okay, she actually might like me more than a friend. Don't know, maybe. And then junior year, he decided that he was gonna finally ask her out. It only took 4 years, but he decided it was time. And then he said after that, the rest was history. So this is my advice from you, moral of the story. If you are currently in the friend zone, hang in there. There is hope. Today is proof of it. Now, Kimberly, I call the Spark Notes version. She gave me a lot of the similar details in terms of the main points, but a lot less detail. But the one thing that Kimberly told me that Garrett obviously did not talk about is what drew her to Garrett. And she said, this kid always had people around him. There were always friends around him. People always loved him. And she wanted to know what it was about this guy that everybody loved so much. Considering we're standing here today, I'm gonna say that she figured that one out in the time that they have been together. And in the time that they have been together, they have gone through many different seasons of life. They went through the high school romance of living down the street from each other, getting to know each other, all that fun stuff, to the brutal awakening of 11 and a half hours of long distance for the 4 years of college. And then they got to graduate in COVID, the most fun time to graduate. And in that time, Garrett was taking on a new adventure of trying to find employment, and Kimberly was taking on the adventure of getting her master's. And as if that was not complicated enough, they decided, let's add a dog to the mix and become dog parents. So they did that. And today we are here to celebrate with them as they go into this next season of life, which is marriage. And I don't know about you guys, but I think my favorite thing about these two people is how secure they are in themselves, but not only that, how secure they are in each other and how secure they are in their relationship. And from day one, having multiple people here who can testify to this, you guys have always given each other the room to grow, be your own selves, make mistakes, learn lessons, and do all the things that you needed to do to grow personally and together. And that's why I think today, I think everyone in this room can agree with me that there are no two better people to take on this new chapter of life in marriage. And so now I'm gonna invite Tom Apuzzo for a reading of the traditional Jewish prayer over a marriage.
May you be blessed with love. May your admiration, appreciation, and understanding of each other foster a love that is passionate, tranquil, and real. May this love between you be strong and enduring and bring peace into your lives. May you be best friends and work together to build a relationship of substance and quality. May your sense of humor and playful spirit continue to enliven your relationship. May you respect each other's individual personality and perspective and give each other room to grow in fulfilling your dreams. May you be blessed with health. May life bring you wholeness of mind, body, and spirit. May you keep each other well balanced and grounded and live long that you may share many happy years together.
Now a reading from Romans 12:10 and 13:8. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Owe no one anything except to love each other. For the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. All right, let's say some vows, shall we?
Let's do it.
Rings, please. He had one job and he passed. All right, Garrett, please place the ring on Kimberly's ring finger and repeat after me. I, Garrett, take you, Kimberly,
I, Garrett, take you, Kimberly,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold for this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for
for
poorer,
richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
Kimberly, please place the ring on Garrett's finger. I, Kimberly, take you, Garrett,
I, Kimberly, take you, Garrett,
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
And now for the real moment of truth. Garrett, do you take Kimberly to be your wife?
I do.
Kimberly, do you take Garrett to be your husband?
I do.
It is with great joy and power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Garrett, kiss your bride.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Your bridal party as well as your bride and groom into the room. Are you guys ready? Now, I don't know if they heard that. I said, are you guys ready? That's what I'm talking about. Now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming in the very first members of your bridal party. Make some noise right now for Jacqueline and Jackson! Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the second members of your bridal party. Make some noise right here for Sarah and Taylor! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Joe and Candace! Now how about a big round of applause right here for Meg and Noah! Now raise them up high for Liza and Johnny! Ladies and gentlemen, put them up for Sage and Mark! Now go ahead and raise your hands high right now for your maid of honor and best man. Put your hands together for Emily and Brandy! Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get your bride and groom into the room? I don't know if they heard that, guys. Make some noise for them! Welcoming in the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Siegman! One more time, make some noise for Mr. and Mrs. Siegman!
Happiness when you're growing old. The world still is the same, you never change it. As sure as the stars shine above, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love. the same, you never change it. As sure as the stars shine above, well, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily, and I have had the privilege of being Kimberly's best woman, maid of honor, whatever you want to call it, for the past year. Kimberly, to no one's surprise, has been truly just the most enjoyable bride with the perfect opinions, the perfect amount of opinions. And I've just had so much fun going through this past year with you. And I want to thank you for introducing me to the 6 amazing women at this table. It warms my heart to know how well taken care of you were in college. And if I may be so bold as to say, I feel a little bit closer to Ohio State women's lacrosse family. Go Bucks. That's a big one. I want to thank the Apuzos and the Siegmans for putting on such an amazing year. I mean, it's been so much fun. You guys really know how to throw a party. I would suggest maybe a side gig of wedding planning. No, okay. No more. Sorry, Taylor. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, everyone else. No more. So I met Garrett first, admittedly, randomly, just before high school, playing pickup basketball at Erica Schumann's house. I think we were wearing like athletic shorts and cowboy boots, probably took a photo, put it on Facebook, super cool at the time. And I remember thinking Garrett was just so cool, easy to get along with. I didn't know that I'd be in such close proximity to him on his wedding day back in 2012 when we met. But knowing Garrett is knowing loyalty and knowing someone who's so steadfast and consistent and the people that he keeps around him in his circle. And I mean, I'd echo everything Erica said during the ceremony about just the people you keep around you. So it's been a lot of fun, but I'm on Team Bride. So more about Kimberly. I met Kimberly in high school, and we hit it off pretty much right away. I think shared experiences with sports, interest in academics, mostly our sophomore algebra teacher. But anyways, enough about Mr. Chugg. And I remember distinctly that year getting a text message from Kimberly, and I slid open my phone because it was 2013. And she said, hey, I know you're friends with Garrett, and I kind of have a crush on Garrett. Do you mind, putting my name in? And, I like to think I made some things happen. And so flash forward to last fall, Garrett gave me a very generous 48-hour notice for an engagement party, no problem. I'm a good improver. So I was like, okay, as the person that set them up, I should do something special. So I put together a little scrapbook, asked all of our high school friends to send me a little blurb, a story about the couple. But go north. But I was kind of surprised because every message from every girl, they all took credit also for setting Garrett and Kimberly up. Shelby claimed a heavy hand in the first kiss. I think Allison too. It might have been a 4-way, I don't know. And then I think Erica and just generally took credit. Bishop also. But writing's on the wall. One of us has a microphone today, so I don't know, No, I think what that story means to me is that we've all always rooted for you. We've always known how great of a couple you guys are. And I speak on behalf of all of us, and we wish you just nothing but the best, and we can't wait to see you guys continue to grow. I have a second story. It's the last one, I promise. It's a bit more personal to the 3 of us, but to me, it's an exact demonstration of your virtuosity, your values, your morals. So, as we know, Kimberly was playing D1 lacrosse at Ohio State. Go Bucks. And meanwhile, Garrett was demonstrating a similar level of athleticism at Sigma Chi fraternity at the Kansas State University. Go Cats, I guess. So with 11 hours, 800 miles of distance, the time that they got together every semester was obviously so valuable. I mean, Garrett claims 17 flights to Columbus. It feels like a stretch, but I'm not counting. So anywho, every weekend was obviously still split between practice and homework and social events, so that time together is so valuable. In flashback to 2019, I'm at the University of Dayton, go Flyers, playing soccer, a couple hours south of Columbus, and having a tough time. My senior day rolled up. I wasn't getting to play. It was a tough day. And I come out onto the field. I had just wiped the tears out of my eyes and started getting refocused. And as I'm warming up, I hear, "Hey, Emily." And I turn my head, and it's Kimberly and Garrett. And I think I immediately broke down crying. Yeah, immediately broke down crying. Wiped the tears out of my eyes. My coach said, "Is that your sister?" I said, "Well, it could be." And it wasn't until later on that I understood what that meant. Kimberly and Garrett took 8 of their 48 hours to come down and watch me play. They actually came early for warm-ups because they knew that that was the only way they're gonna get to see me play. And I think that that's exactly who Kimberly and Garrett are. They're selfless. They consider others in everything that they do. They choose their circle wisely. They protect their circle closely. And I think that all of those things, I have to imagine, are just only going to strengthen your marriage, your relationship, and everything that you do. And I think you're going to have so much fun, such a great adventure. And you gave me so much luck that day. And if I can pass that luck back onto you, I would love to give you everything that I have to wish you guys absolutely nothing but the best in your marriage. So I'd like to propose a toast to the 2 best people that I know. I love you both so much. To Kimberly and Garrett Siegman. Cheers. Cheers.
No, I'm not going to cry. That's what she just asked me, just in case anybody was curious. But I'm Brady. I've known Garrett since he was, 2, 3 years old. This has been a pretty awesome experience watching these 2 grow together. Knowing Garrett since he was this tall, we have plenty of stories, and I don't want to bore you guys with all of them, but I had one that kind of came to mind that I got to say tonight, and I think it kind of, is a very good description of me and Garrett's relationship over the years. So I think we were maybe 6 or 7 years old, and me and Garrett were in my basement. We'd just gotten home from a Royals game, and it was bat night. So they gave us these little wooden bats, right? And, we were down there. I think we turned on a movie maybe, and maybe, hitting them against each other, whatever you want to call it. And the next thing I knew, my bat came flying out of my hand and went right into my parents' flat screen TV in the basement and just stuck right in the middle of it. And, I kind of froze for a second and, found Garrett's eyes and kind of locked eyes for about a couple seconds. And he then turned and threw his bat directly into the TV. And, that kind of is a good description of me and Garrett's relationship is, I was more scared of, Scott than I was of my dad. And I thought I was in a lot of trouble. And then here comes Scott, comes walking down the stairs. And I looked at Garrett like, oh, this is not good. This is not good for me. This is not good for you at all. And, we learned our lesson that day. There's no doubt about it. But, me and Garrett have known each other for so long, and there's so many stories. But to watch him, become a man and have a relationship, a serious relationship with Kimberly, and there's been so much growth between you 2 over the last, 7 years, 6 years? I don't even know. It's been a long time. 9 years? Okay, count it. And coming from somebody who is from a family of 2 sisters. Both my sisters are, played athletics and played tennis in college. So me and Kimberly's relationship is a bit different than a normal best friends, girlfriends relationship, right? And I like to run my mouth a little bit. And, the first time I kind of met Kimberly was Fritz asked us to come scrimmage the girls' basketball team. And it was a bunch of us who either got cut from the basketball team or chose to stop playing. And of course, I ended up guarding Kimberly, the very first possession of the practice. And she looks at me and she kind of gives me a little look like, this is not that serious. Don't get out of control here. And the very first possession of that practice, I kind of picked her pocket and threw the ball down the floor for a layup. And then I start running my mouth a little bit and I say, this is going to be all night. And the next possession, Kimberly kind of comes down the floor and she pulls up from 40 feet. She shoots a 3. It goes in, and I kind of look around, and she looks me right in the eye, and she does one of these. And I kind of look around like, what is it? Like, and Fritz said, yeah, now you know. Now you know. Don't do that anymore. But me and Garrett have been through a lot together. A lot of people that were there last night heard Scott talk, and looking back 10 years ago from now, to think that Garrett was going to be here right now is it's a crazy thought, because we were sitting in a hospital room and he had a big scar from here to here, and still obviously the most positive guy at all times. And in true Garrett fashion, one of our good friends comes walking into the hospital room, and we all come to visit him, me, Erica, all of our friends, and he looks right at him, at one of his good buddies, and he looks at him kind of like this, and he looks right at Scott, and he said, well, what do you mean? And Garrett looks at his dad, and he says, who is that? And, he kind of slows down, looks at his dad, and of course it was a joke, and Garrett knew exactly who he was. But in the darkest moment, he knew exactly who he was, and that's who Garrett is. As a man, he's been through a lot, and being his friend's not the easiest thing in the world. He's had his moments for sure, and we've had his moments, but just watching you two together, it's been really special for me, because knowing Garrett from this tall and playing football with Garrett, or a lot of people in here know him as Bobby Boucher. The backstory to that, I'll give it very briefly, is we got Garrett on our football team in 3rd grade, and he shows up to practice, never played football before, and we start running Oklahoma drill. For anybody that's played football knows what Oklahoma drill is. And we line Garrett up against the biggest kid on the team, and Garrett's a big guy, and he turns the corner, and the next thing we hear is Garrett starts screaming at the top of his lungs. And he lays this kid out. And he gets up and he runs right back to the huddle, and our coach looks at me and he says, who is this kid? Who is this kid? And from then on, it was Bobby Boucher. And he's never going to live that one down. He's always going to be Bobby Boucher to me. But the Bobby Boucher I knew, 10 years ago is a lot different than the Bobby Boucher I know right now. And, to watch these two really grind through long-distance relationship in college, and I saw how hard it was for both of you. Right before we went to college, me and Garrett and a bunch of guys up here were down at our buddy's lake house, and, Garrett was a total mess. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know what was going to happen, right? Kimberly was going off to play at Ohio State, and Garrett was going to go to K-State, and they just, nobody really knew at that point. And he's sitting there at the dinner table with us, and I look over, and he kind of starts, he's tearing up a little bit. He doesn't exactly know. He's very unsure about the future. And I look at him, I say, what's going on? And he just kind of looks at me, can't really get a whole lot of words out, and that day is, I'm not someone that's going to give you a whole lot of relationship advice, but that day I gave you the best relationship advice I think I ever gave you in my life. I said, why don't we just have a couple more beers and just forget about it? We'll figure it out later. And here we are, 8 years later, watching you two grow together, move in together. You guys have a dog together, and I can't wait to watch you guys grow together, start a family together. I will be the fun uncle. I think you both know that. But, it's been really, really special watching you guys. I love both of you guys to death. I think you guys hopefully both know that. And, it's been a long road, man. It really has. All you've been through. I know Kimberly has been by your side the whole time. I know how much she cares for you, and I didn't have to have a whole lot of outside relationship with Kimberly just to watch the way that she cares for you as a man. That's enough for me. That's enough for everybody in this room. So, you know, all I want to see is you guys be happy together and just grow together and just live the best life together. So if everybody can raise their glass, cheers to the newlyweds.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, Emily. So anyway, good evening. Michelle and I really want to welcome you as we celebrate the marriage of Kimber and Garrett. This evening is certainly no surprise to anyone and hopefully encompasses all they ever wanted and dreamt of. The last year of planning the wedding has been a continuation of what we have always seen in their relationship. They know who they are and love and respect each other unconditionally. They have shared so many happy times, graduations, first jobs, and of course, Scarlett. And tonight marks the next phase of their journey. Kimberly has always been very focused on her goals, many of which has been centered around sports. Garrett and many of their friends who are here tonight were the cheering squad for the basketball. Literally the only ones in the stands besides their parents. You were there. He also supported her in her high school and college lacrosse games, cheering her from the stands and scheming with her teammates to plan the surprise visits. After traveling with Kimberly around the country as she chased her lacrosse dreams, it was wonderful to see Garrett's support and probably the first hint that this relationship had legs. Garrett started coming around in their junior year of high school, and Garrett, you've come a long way since the first "Hi, I'm Garrett, hi, I'm Garrett" infamous handshake. You want to do it again? On a serious note, you truly are a perfect match for Kimberly, and we couldn't be happier to welcome you into our family. Scott, Carrie, you have raised a wonderful young man, and you have welcomed Kimberly into your family long before tonight. You can never have too many people care for your child, and we are grateful that they have your love and support. It's been a wonderful year planning this weekend with you and Michelle. And Michelle and I thank you for going on this journey with us. Before we toast, I've got one question for Garrett. You ready? Well, last February, when you attended the Phoenix Open, played golf with Brady and Kimber, then attended the Chiefs game, watched them win the Super Bowl, you said it was the best weekend of your life. Do you have any thoughts now?
No comment.
Oh, well, I take everything back. So let's raise our glasses to Kimberly and Garrett, to a life filled with love, joy, and endless happiness. May your marriage be as wonderful as the love that you have brought together.
This one beats it. This one beats it. Yeah.
I just met you, seems like yesterday. You opened up your eyes and I recognized your face. You know that you're the one that we've been waiting for. We're gonna keep you safe. First time I held you in my arms, I knew I'd love you all the way. I tuck you in at night, another day has passed. Every week goes by a little faster than the last. It wasn't so long ago we walked together and you held my hand. But now you're getting too big to want to. But I hope you'll always understand that I'm always gonna lift you up, and I'm never gonna let you down. You do, I'm forever proud of you. I love you forever now.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Kimberly and her beautiful father. Put them up for Tony.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Garrett and his mother. Now, Garrett, you did so well. We'll just keep you out there for a little bit longer. Make some noise for our bride. Put your hands together for Kimberly. This is your first dance.
You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lies and people that talk too much. You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see, I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. I'm so in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. You look so beautiful in this light, your silhouette over me. The way it brings out the blue in your eyes is the Tenerife Sea. And all of the voices surrounding us here, they just fade out when you take a breath. Just say the word and now we'll disappear into the wilderness. Should this be the last thing I see, I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. I'm so in love, so in love, so in love, so in love.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your newlyweds. Now, folks, at this time, we're going to open up the dance floor for the rest of the evening. So come on out and let's shake it.
Plead for your sympathy. I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, as you know it. Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't too proud to plead, baby, baby. Please don't leave me, girl. Now I've heard a crying man is half a man with no sense of pride. But if